All right, welcome to the HighLevel Masterclass. My name is Gusten. I'm the founder of Freedom Funnels, which is a funnel agency for personal brands and experts. I've worked with some of the top industry leaders in this space, and I've learned a thing or two about building funnels. And in this masterclass, I'm just going to go through those funnel types, the strategies, the buyer psychology, as well as the high-level platform so you can understand how it works. And hopefully I'll be able to show you how to build a business that you actually enjoy, that fits your lifestyle, that fits your personality type, so that you can take what I'm giving you and you can either use it yourself, you can give it to your team, and you can build multiple revenue streams. Because one of the best aspects of HighLevel that I like is, besides the people, which are amazing, is the fact that I can build multiple revenue streams using one platform. So not only is it an all-in-one, but also I can build my own white label SaaS. I have affiliate revenue from people using HighLevel. I sell digital products as well as funnel building services. And this gives me a lot of peace of mind, knowing that I have revenue coming in. I don't have to start over each month. And to me, that is a business. And if you don't know exactly how much you'll make per minimum next month, then in my opinion, you have a job and not a real business. And my goal is to show you how to build a real business using HighLevel, one that you actually enjoy, that gives you freedom. And that is the beautiful thing about having the software as a foundation for the business instead of just a service or a product. So a couple of weeks ago, I went to an event in London called SaaSpreneur. I've been to Level Up Summit as well in Dallas. And one of the things that I love about these events is you get to talk to the developers, but also the co-founders and also the affiliate managers and also other users of HighLevel. And you notice that there's something different about this community. And it's not just about the features and the product, but it's about people. And I noticed that we're all the same. We're just regular people wanting to make money online through a legit online business. And then we want to take care of our loved ones and we want to have freedom. We don't want to scrape by, but we want to actually make an impact in the world as well. We're regular people just trying to do good in the world. And that's what stood out to me with this, not just the company, but also the community that HighLevel is attracting. And also, this company just grew to a 2 million user base of businesses using or being hosted on HighLevel. That means one of the top features, the funnel builder and the page builder, the websites, is being used around 91% of users of 2 million people. That's 1.8 million-ish people using the funnel builder and the website builder. And so there's a lot of need for services like funnel building. There's a lot of need for additional services and products and support in the HighLevel ecosystem. And then we have agency owners. I think agency owners are around 80,000 now using HighLevel. And so all these people have the sub accounts of clients as well. It's just an exciting time to be a part of this community. So I want to welcome you first. And as we dive in, you'll see kind of which features you use more. Is it the funnel AI feature, or is it the AI employee or voice? Depending on the industry that you're in and the business model, we figure out which one is like your main feature. So for some people, it's going to be voice AI, it's going to be review management, or it's going to be reputation management. For me, it's the funnel builder. It's adding additional revenue streams to personal brands by building funnels for them, automating both the sales and delivery, packaging what someone knows into a digital product or a group coaching experience that they can scale. And so that is a little bit about this masterclass, the context behind it. And I couldn't be more excited to be a part of this family, this community, and this amazing company that's grown now in little less than 7 years from 0 to $1 billion valuation and keeps growing steadily. And it's because they're people focused, they're product focused, they're impact focused. And you'll notice that as you dive in, not just using this, but maybe you attend an event or you check out the Facebook community, you'll see that, man, these people are different, and you'll actually feel like you belong here and you feel home. And so with that said, let's dive in. All right, welcome to the Online Business Masterclass, how to build a successful online business using HighLevel. Before we dive in, I do have some plug and play resources for you as well. So if you go to HighLevel's homepage, you can see there's a 14-day free trial. We do have a link below this so that you can get a 30-day free trial instead. I have templates for you so you can one click download these templates and start using these to customize them for your own business, and that will save you a lot of time and money. Depending on the branding, the style, if it's more like feminine or masculine, like you'll find different funnel templates that fit your brand perfectly. This is even like using my proven sales page layout. So you'll find all of this below this video where you can sign up to HighLevel and you can access all of this for free. With that said, let's dive into the masterclass. I'm going to click present and then we're going to get started. So first things first, I would highly recommend that you grab a pen and paper so that you can take notes. Anytime you get an idea or something stands out, just take a quick note of it. Just write it down so that you can revisit this later and you can look at maybe your 10 most important aspects from this masterclass. Now, I also want to say that for those of you who are not sure if this is the right business or platform or community, I'm seeing so much opportunity right now. In fact, there's more opportunity than ever before, but also some people are feeling overwhelmed, especially with AI and everything happening. Like a lot of people are feeling overwhelmed and alone. And so in order for you to succeed, what I highly recommend that you do is focus on the right support system, meaning the right tool, the right people, the right community, the right mentor, and finding a family where you can just be yourself, you can get support, and where people understand you, because a lot of entrepreneurs don't get that from home, frankly. So why should you even care about this? Why is this something that you should be interested in? Well, the business landscape is changing faster than ever before, not just because of AI, but also software-wise. If you look at HighLevel 10 years ago, very different than what it is right now. So everything is changing, and it's changing fast. AI is taking regular jobs. I'm seeing more and more people saying and creating videos about like AI took my job, and I'm not saying it's their fault, but one thing I know for sure is that the internet changed everything when it launched, and people, it's kind of like what happened with horses, and horses being replaced by cars. Internet changed the game for everybody, and it's a level playing field, right? Everyone has access to internet now. And so same thing with AI. I would say those who are curious about AI will understand how to use it to their advantage to have a career in the future. Whereas some people who just ignore it have a risk of not being prepared when the time is here. And it's not just in the future, it's actually like here already. And notice how I'm saying for those who are curious. It's opening new careers for those who are curious. It's not just about being best and being world-class and having the highest IQ. In fact, I don't have that high of an IQ. And I'm not even native English speaking. I'm just very curious about certain things, like how is AI changing how we build funnels? And then I'm working with the HighLevel devs to create funnel AI and making it better and trying to improve the product and see how AI fits into what we've used to do manually. And so all you have to do is just be curious. And you're here right now. And so kudos to you for actually investing time into yourself to learn about these things. And then some skills are always in demand, and you'll always be able to thrive if you have these high value skills, like understanding why people buy, understanding customer journeys, funnel building, high level ecosystem, marketing and sales in general. Right? Whether that's for local businesses yourself or for personal brands like I do. It's also better to have multiple revenue streams than just rely on one basket, all your eggs in one basket. I used to have a social media marketing agency, and I remember the day that I closed it down because I didn't enjoy it anymore. My revenue went to zero because I only had one revenue stream. And so yes, I was making six figures. I was making 10,000 a month and beyond. But I didn't enjoy it. I felt like I want to work with online entrepreneurs, not just local businesses. And I closed it down. Revenue went to zero. We used to do content, ads. This was before HighLevel. This was before I knew about sales funnels. We also use sales funnels to automate selling and deliver for more freedom for ourselves. So you can use this for yourself as well to create digital products. Or even if you sell services, you can automate the sales process so that you can focus on what you enjoy doing the most. And then I'll show you how I create digital assets that work for me 24/7 using HighLevel. Like for example, white label software. If you think about like a traditional agency, instead of just selling services, with a white label SaaS, like a software as a service or software with a service, the software itself is the asset, and it's like it's its own money tree that produces revenue for you. And then it keeps clients on the platform longer because you're not just selling a service, but also the tech behind it. All right, so you have much more stickiness. So here's what we're going to cover. Number one, why HighLevel is the best platform to build your online business on. Best business model that are crushing it right now for other high-level users, including myself. And then behind the scenes funnel types and strategies for different niches. And how to use buyer psychology in your sales funnels to increase conversions. Start to finish live funnel build out so you can watch me do it with you. So first we have the psychology, we have the understanding the why, and then I'll talk to you as I'm designing so you can see, oh, that's why he's doing that. And this is why we're using a design software first before we move it into HighLevel and all those things. And here's how we actually do it. And then examples of my own successful automated funnels, which some of them have done over $1 million in revenue and cash collected without running ads. In fact, I just recently launched ads, and we're now scaling up a new funnel, and I'm going to talk about that in the funnels strategies and the funnel types section of this masterclass. So why this company HighLevel? And you might have seen everyone is talking about it, and it's because HighLevel is now going viral. So if you look at interest over time, we have 2020, then we have actually 2019, 2021, 2023, and then 2025. You can see that it's like skyrocketing, right? And it's because of the people, it's because of the product itself. They're not hype focused, they're not marketing focused. They're just improving the product. They truly outcare any other competitor, and they truly want to see you win. And so that's why they listen to your feedback, they add new features, but also not just adding features for the sake of it, but actually listen and try to improve it and make the features they have better. So again, if you're not in their community, if you've never been to any of their events, highly recommend it because you can experience this for yourself. And my vision for HighLevel changed after my second event. So I was to Level Up Summit, and then I went to SaaSpreneur, and I see it now, and it's so clear why this is happening. And I've always loved HighLevel, but now my vision is at a different level because things just make sense, and you have to experience it in order to see it. So here's why I personally love HighLevel. First of all, it's one of the fastest growing software companies in the online space. So I like momentum. I like where innovation takes place. So if you look at white labeling your own SaaS and keeping 100% of the profit, that is a crazy idea until it's done. And then it's like, wow, this is awesome. Why did nobody else think about this? And then some of the best people I know actually really care about the users, from the co-founders at the event to the developers. I've been able to sit down, have lunch with them, dinner, Zoom calls, inside of the funnel builder, the features. Amazing people, just like us. They make you feel like home. So I love HighLevel because of that. Again, they take time to listen to feedback and suggestions. 2 million business owners, like I mentioned, which means there's a massive need, because this is 2 million businesses who currently are already paying for the software and support and services. And just imagine how many other people, right? If you compare it to some of the legacy brands, how many people over the last 20, 30 years have used WordPress? A lot of people, right? And so if you look at HighLevel and their funnel builder, page builder websites being the number one feature that 91% of users use HighLevel for, as one of the reasons, you'll see that this is just the beginning. It's such a logical reason why this is happening, and it's an amazing industry to be a part of. If you look at the 2 million now plus the potential that HighLevel has, what it means for you and I, it means opportunity. It means there's a demand, there's warm traffic, there's product aware people, not just selling to strangers, having to convince them of how to use, that they need a website, that they need funnels. They already understand that they need AI. They understand these things. They're just looking for people to help implement them. And that's where you and I come in. And then 80,000-ish agency owners, entrepreneurs who want additional services, maybe white label support, maybe a white label SaaS, like a launch kit, templates, design, branding, copywriting, all these things, ads. And then HighLevel has over 1,000 people already in their team and world-class developers, which I personally love that I can talk to them and give suggestions and feedback on the funnel builder, among other features as well. So that is the first video. In the next one, we're going to cover the best beginner-friendly high-level business models. And that way you can see the ones that I'm doing. There's 5 big ones. And then you can pick and choose which one works best for you. And then you just focus on one first, get that off the ground, and then you add additional revenue streams later. Right, so now let's talk about business models and different types of business that you can build that are beginner-friendly on HighLevel. So the first one is the white label SaaS. There is a learning curve to learning HighLevel, just like any powerful software. But I would say one dedicated day. So whether that's a Saturday or a Sunday or a Monday, late night, early morning, or a weekend when you have a day off, you just focus on one day, taking the time that you need to understand the platform fully without distractions. So just you, headphones on, your laptop or your computer or your phone, just watching videos and learning it just like you're doing now, right? And then you pick one of them and you start with one business and then you add different revenue streams later on. Just like you also pick one industry, meaning I work with personal brands. Some people choose like local businesses. Some people are just an affiliate for HighLevel, as you'll see here in a second as well. So selling HighLevel as a software, the beautiful thing about the white label feature is that I can add my own branding, logo, domain. I can add my own funnel templates if I want to, just making my own. And then I am never hiding the fact that it's built on HighLevel. In fact, in the early days, it was probably a good thing because nobody knew what HighLevel was. Now it's going viral in the mainstream, and it can actually help when you're selling your own software that is built on HighLevel. That can actually help with legitimacy because people, more and more people know about HighLevel. Now, if you're an agency owner, you sell services with a software as the foundation, you don't have to talk about HighLevel, and that is a beautiful thing about being white label. Okay, so software, I have one as well. White label is $97 per month. And then my services are add-ons that I charge $5,000, $7,500, $10,000 for funnel builds. So sales page, copy, design, branding, email sequence, tech. I launched their entire like homepage, lead funnels, course funnels, high-ticket funnels, webinars. These are the types of funnels that we build for people. And that gives me upfront cash. It gives me recurring revenue. It's a beautiful model. Now, I'm also a funnel builder. So the second business model is being a funnel builder. And when you sell funnels, you can charge up front, like I mentioned. You can also charge recurring revenue for funnel management and optimization. You can be a full-time or part-time funnel builder. So I've had clients who pay me $10,000 per month for being their lead funnel builder as well. But then I've had clients outside of that as well. So you just be upfront with your goals and say, like, I am happy to be your in-person, funnel builder. I just want to be able to also take on clients on the side, and maybe during nights, weekends, to add more revenue streams and not have that income ceiling. And so this is great. You can also, if you position yourself correctly, you can also charge a piece of the revenue. So almost like a growth partner. I call it being a creator partner, because you find someone who has an audience, you build funnels for them, you add this product, this revenue stream for them, and you get a piece of the revenue coming in. And then info product. So you can sell your own digital info product. So it could be a course, a masterclass. It can be a community. It can be an academy. I have a certification program for funnel builders. And that is an info product that I can sell using automated sales funnels on HighLevel. So that gives me more, I don't want to say passive income, because I'm always working on improving the product and creating free resources and content that then drives sales. But it's, once people buy, like it's the same amount of work for 100 people as it is for 1,000 people. Okay, so I love that model as well. Coaching, consulting, I don't do this as much anymore, but it's a great cash cow. So a cash cow business is one where you have a lot of revenue coming in and high profit margins. But the thing about one-on-one coaching, for example, is that it's capped at your time. So I don't want to sell my time for money. So I do coaching in group formats. You have this like one transformative experience, get them from point A to point B. Maybe it's a beginner, high-level user to like a world-class, certified high-level expert, okay? A lot of ways you can do this. You can either consult other business on using HighLevel for a specific industry, or you can have your white label and sell these like services like funnel building, automation, AI employee, and consult them on how to best get results with it. Or you can be a fitness coach as well and just use HighLevel to get more clients and users. You can even have your mobile app, your custom app using HighLevel. So many things you can do. And then affiliate commission. So a lot of people like the ability, me included, to just get people to HighLevel. So be the distribution channel and get paid commissions. And then HighLevel does all the support, the delivery, the product development. Then I can sell HighLevel, get commissions for life as long as people are using it without being the bottleneck, if you will. I just focus on getting users. So I have all these 5 revenue streams, and I like having that freedom and that peace of mind, just knowing that I have multiple revenue streams and not just all my eggs in one basket. Or you could sell services to all of the above. So affiliate marketers, I've had affiliate marketers. Just recently I built a funnel hub, like a personal brand funnel, a website for personal brands that then builds credibility and authority and leads into other products and services that they have on the back end. So all these people need services. All of these need websites, funnels, AI systems, all of that are changing how we do things these days. So if we haven't met, this is me. My name is Gusten's son. This is with the co-founders of HighLevel. Amazing people again. Had the privilege to work with them closely. I remember the day I moved over to HighLevel, HighLevel set up a Zoom meeting with me, and I was expecting one of the affiliate managers to be on there, which they were, but also these 3 guys of a hugely successful company. All of them were on the call listening. Hey, how can we make HighLevel so good that you don't ever want to leave? Instead of wanting to sign me and sort of handcuff me, they were like, how do we make sure that you love the product and understand that is the best way to keep a person with a company? So why can I speak on all these things? Funnel building, multiple revenue streams. Just quickly, a little bit about me. I'm from Finland, 30 years old-ish, been in business about a decade. Started with network marketing. Then I did a local business where I had a loyalty card. I've tried everything. And first one that I really enjoyed was the social media marketing agency for a little bit, maybe a year or so that I enjoyed it. And then I closed it down. Was it 2018, 19 maybe? End of 2019, I think. And then ever since then, it's been funnels. Built close to 700 sales funnels for industry leaders and personal brands. Had the privilege of seeing behind the scenes of some of these successful launches. Like we had one funnel where we prepped for like months, and I was able to be on these meetings with a huge brand, and they did a free challenge. We had at least 900,000 people, could have been 1 million that it crossed. And then hugely successful launch on the back end of that, from free challenge to a paid product, paid offer. And I saw what went behind the planning, the positioning, the marketing message, the actual event itself, the sales funnel pages, the flow, the email automations, the affiliate management, everything behind it, the pricing, the everything. So I've seen like not just a website build, but I've seen marketing campaigns and how they're structured to actually be successful from hundreds of clients. So this is invaluable. This is priceless for me because I have this knowledge now for the rest of my life. So hopefully you can pick up on some of these things from this masterclass. And then I have my own products as well. I've had funnel template bundles. I've had design challenges, funnel building communities, certification, funnel agency clients, all this. And so I've had 6,000 plus people bought something from my offers. high-tech clients, coaching clients, consulting, funnel builds, hundreds of people. And I don't do sales calls, which is one of my my no call funnel that I use myself, which I'll share more about here in a second. And then about 50,000 plus people follow me online to learn more about sales funnels and HighLevel and building a life of freedom by design, a life by design, a business by design that it can serve you can serve more people, and that way you don't grow a business that you feel stressed out by. So these are some of my clients. Maybe you recognize some of them. Health, wealth, relationships, photography, productivity, you name it, I have built funnels for them. So it's been honestly so much fun that some days I'm like, I don't even understand how this is a job or business. But it's just, obviously there's been hard times as well where I have to learn certain things. But it's been fun, really, really fun, and so valuable to work with this many people. And like I said, Varun here, the co-founder of HighLevel, said that 90% of users use funnels and websites, and it's the number one feature inside of HighLevel that people use. So I'm like, perfect. How can I be more involved to make it even better so that millions of these users enjoy the platform, because then they'll stay. And they have amazing leadership, they have amazing developers. Those are the ones that get the credit. I'm just grateful that they listen to my advice as well. And then have my own funnels as well. Homepage, low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket, white label, recurring revenue, all of that. For example, the low ticket one is $27 to get more people in, and then they ascend to the $9.97. Homepage is for funnel builds and the agency sort of, and then the SaaS. So you can have multiple funnels and they become your digital assets. Now, real quick, the day that I learned this was really when I was in my social media marketing agency. One day we had this open house listing showing, and we went there, filmed, took photos, launched the ad campaign for our client, and I sat down at a cafe. You can't really see us behind the corner. This is the apartment, and I would sit here and look at the doors, because you would enter it here, take the elevator up, and I would sit and look at the listing is at 6 p.m. How many people are coming here? And 5:55 p.m. I was like, nobody's here. I'm getting nervous. I didn't have any way to track it. So I was just hoping that some people would show up. And then 59, nobody's here. I'm not freaking out. And then I'm like, what if this failed? I think this was our first big real estate client. And so, and when I say us and our, I mean, it was my client, but I brought a friend with me to film and take photos and all that. And so I would sit there in the cafe just looking at the door and wait for people. So by 6 p.m., almost no one showed up. But then 01, 02, 03, people started coming, and I was sigh of relief. People actually showed up. And at that moment, I remember thinking man, there has to be a better way to track this. Because if I want to get paid, for years by a client, I need to be able to show them the results and the impact that I can have. And that was again, this was 2018 maybe. So I needed a system where I could work with people and then show them numbers. Here are the leads, here are the sales, here's the conversion rate, all of these things. And that's when I got introduced to sales funnels, and I learned all about funnel strategies, different funnels for different people. And after trying to convince local business that they need funnels, for a while I moved to the online business space where I could just create a new funnel, digital products, info products, books, event tickets. I've sold almost everything that you can imagine ethically, right? I've sold these products in the personal development space. And obviously there are some industries where I'm I don't support that. I have values and morals. But I have a lot of experience with these, and I can tell you that when I learned about funnels, I was able to show clients this is what we've been able to do, and they just hire you again, and it becomes way easier than this guessing game. Now, obviously, there were tools like WordPress. I know you could have this form and track this with the pics on that. I was new to the whole game, and I'm a college dropout, so I had to figure it out by just learning. And I can tell you now that, man, if I had tools like we have today with HighLevel, if I had those back in the day, my life would have been so much easier. I would have built all the websites on HighLevel. learn WordPress, and I wanted to, to rip my hair out. It was so frustrating. So for me, sales funnels means predictability. And that's why I wrote this. If you don't know how much you'll make next month, you have a job and not a business. Because, when you build these funnels, and I've built them again in health, wealth, relationships, and so many different industries, I can see how much is coming in through payment plans, through recurring revenue, through upfront cash. So I'll know for myself too, I'll know that from the software this much comes in, from services this much, products this much, affiliate commissions this much. And it just gives me comfort, predictability and certainty. So I highly recommend that's something you focus on, just having data from traffic to conversions so that you can see how much you'll make if you just crank it up, right? So in the next video, we're going to go over the top 5 most common funnel types so that you can see which one is best for you right now. Maybe, what's the second funnel that you need to launch after that. And it'll give you a good understanding of your offer, the pricing, and then what pages should you build in order to launch your funnel so you can make more and have that certainty and diversification of multiple revenue streams. So I'll see you in the next video. All right, so these are the top 5 most common funnel types that I use myself, that my clients use, and most of the high-level users use in their businesses. So I highly recommend that you copy or launch one of these yourself as well. So first of all, understand all the funnel types and how they work, and then you can choose the 1 or 2 funnels that fit your business model. For example, some of you might be local business owners, and so for you, maybe you want to have like an appointment funnel where you want to just book appointments as many as possible. Some of you might be like me, more introverted, more online, and you want it to be all automated. So sales page, content or traffic to sales page, order form, maybe an upsell, and then confirmation page. You don't want to do sales calls because you want to focus on maybe creating content, YouTube videos, or just other stuff. And you're not necessarily looking to convince people to work with you. So first one is the homepage funnel. So this is kind of like a website, but it's different because it's driving people to the next step. So the goal of a homepage is to build trust, right? So credibility, authority, and then lead strangers to buy from you so you can help them, right? So you have this page that builds trust, credibility, but then you have a section where it's like our offers or ways that I can help you. And that's like a free thing that you can download, or an event coming up, or a certification program, or templates, or a software, right? So the homepage is just there to capture traffic. So people Google for you. There's a page just like this. Obviously it doesn't look like this, but to illustrate the point. And then it just drives people to download this free ebook or report or watch free training. Maybe there's a VSL that they watch and it links out to that. Maybe there's a calendar where they can book a call, or there is a product that they can buy. So that is the homepage. You have credibility that then leads them to the next steps, and then you capture email, you build an email list, and you have this, again, digital asset that you can use to remarket back to them. The next one is the lead flow funnel. So the goal of a lead flow funnel is to generate targeted qualified leads by actually helping them for free first. So yes, curiosity is important. Having something like, hey, watch this free case study to see how we were able to blah, blah, blah. But actually helping them, so maybe it's an ebook or a training or a checklist, actually helping them shows that you can help them with your paid service and product, right? So someone said, I can't remember who it was, but they said the best marketing to prove that you actually care about them is to actually help them for free first, to prove it, prove that you know what you're talking about. And so, you can have like I said, a checklist, you can have a ebook, free training, a guide that they can download. So from your traffic, get this free thing. Maybe it's a dashboard, maybe it's a spreadsheet, maybe it's a calculator. And then on the next page, you say, hey, thank you for downloading this free thing. You can find it below, or we'll send it to your email. And while you're here, right, some people always ask us for advice to implement this. And so I've added a button below you can click to book a call with us. Or, let's say you download a free funnel template from me. And the next page can be, hey, now that you have this free funnel template that can help you launch your homepage, what if you also got 37 other funnel templates for a small fee of $1 per template? So this was my first low ticket offer that crushed. 37 funnels, 37 templates, $37, and thousands of people bought it. To this day, 3,000 people have bought it and counting, right? And so you have a confirmation page with a sales page to the next thing. So that can be an order form or calendar. And then they buy the thing or they book a call, they end up on a confirmation page. So this is perfect for list building. Again, when you have an email list of 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 people, these are people who are interested in working with you. They just haven't, prioritized it yet. So you need to find ways to remind them that you exist, to build that trust still, and sort of date them before you ask them to get married, before you ask for the sale. So you can also swap the order form to calendar to book more calls if you're selling over the phone or Zoom calls. The low ticket SLO funnel is one of the biggest ones right now. So I remember how I said I'm going to show you what's working now. This is a huge one. And I used to have one, I think it was back in 2019? This funnel template bundle, 37 funnels. And before my ad account got shut down, I remember we launched ads and it started working and we were printing sales every single day. But then my ad account got shut down. And so I went back to organic, and since then I've just focused on my personal brand and organic content. But the beautiful thing about this is you can self-liquidate the ad spend. So let me first read this. So the goal of a low-ticket self-liquidating offer is to wow your customers so they want to buy the next thing. So we have a sales page, and then I have an order for page. So mine is $27. You may have seen a lot of these $27, $7, $17, $5, $5.99, $1, $3 low ticket products that are bundles of sorts. So maybe it's a book with a masterclass and a checklist and a calculator, or in my case it's a funnel template. In fact, I have it somewhere here, so you can see it's template, calculator, roadmaps, tutorials, build out, community, custom GPT. And the goal is just to wow them so that when they buy the thing, you have an upsell on the next page, right? So OTO stands for one-time offer. So one-time offer is, for me, it's a 7-day funnel design challenge. So order form and sales page is just one offer, and it's $27. We actually have an order form. We have an order bump. So you may have seen when you've ordered a pair of shoes or supplements that people say, hey, you want express shipping? Add express shipping or shipping insurance for $7. Or if you also want to add this thing, maybe you get protein. They ask if you want to have creatine as well, and it's discounted price. So that's order bumps. So I have a bundle here, $27. Then I have a $17 checklist, and it's called the 11-step conversion checklist. And then people add that. Some people don't. Some people add it. And on the next page, I say, first thing you want to ask yourself is what's the next thing that people want to buy? So sometimes in physical products like e-commerce, it could be more creatine or more protein for a cheaper price, 50% off. The reason they do that is because now that you've bought, they don't have to spend more money on ads to get you to the sales page because you're already here. So they can give you a cheaper price on the next thing. So for me, $27, $17 add-on, and then a $47 funnel design challenge, a 7-day funnel design challenge. So some people take that. We just added an OTO too. We don't want to have too many of them because some people get frustrated by a bunch of offers. So we, 2, and then confirmation page. And so here it could be hey, you want to go deeper on AI copywriting, or maybe you want to use these funnels to build funnels for clients, then get my client closing scripts that I use to build funnels for people and close deals that are worth, $5,000 without doing sales calls, just in DMs. And yes, I've done that myself, so therefore I can teach it, and boom, that becomes a perfect funnel for breaking even. So if I spend $1,000 per day and I make $1,000 back, then I get free customers who can then buy my services, my software, my affiliate commissions, or HighLevel, and I get commissions. I can basically get customers for free, so I can sell them more stuff that they want. So it could be consulting, could be funnel building services, software, coaching on the back end, or certification program, my online course. So I like that one, especially with paid ads and building trust, because you wow them by just giving them a lot of stuff for a low ticket price. Mid-ticket is the full transformation. So the goal of a mid-ticket funnel is to generate cash flow by selling them the full transformation they're looking for. So for funnel builders, my mid-ticket is Funnels University, and it's about $1,000. And then there's payment plans, but it gives me cash flow, and that's the funnel that's generated over $1 million. And the goal is to give them everything. So once they have that mid-ticket one, they have all the information, the resources and everything. And high-ticket stuff is more like access to you, and they're buying that for getting closer to you, for your insights, your experience, and having access to you. Ask questions, maybe services, so done for you elements, done with you, all that. So traffic, sales page, order form, and confirmation page. So some people think, oh, it's $997 or it's $1,000. Therefore, I have to have like a 3-day challenge or a webinar or a workshop and then sell it from there. And that's not true. In fact, what I noticed is if I just give away free stuff on social media, I can have a sales page when structured correctly. So it answers all their questions, it breaks limiting beliefs, and it rebuilds new ones. I can take them from being interested to purchase with just one sales page. They go to the order form page, good offer, good sales copy, good branding, and they buy there, they go to the confirmation page. It's all automated. So this is one of my favorites for cash flow. So the other one was more for, if you look at this one, low ticket is more for building trust, getting more customer, having like a bigger list, not just an email list, but also a customer list that you can sell more to. If this one is more for $1 to $297, so 27, 17, 197, 297 ish range. The mid-ticket funnel is more for like 497, 500, 700, 1,000, maybe 1,500. So perfect for cash flowing with 297 to 997. And then the high-ticket funnel. So the goal of a high-ticket funnel is to filter out the bad apples and only sell to qualified people who are perfect fit for your most premium offer. So maybe this is you right now and you're selling services. The high-ticket funnel is for you to have a filter and an application. So it makes it more exclusive. You can also vet the people before you start working with them. That way you can avoid chargebacks. You can avoid like bad clients. But high-ticket funnels are more manual, meaning sometimes there's a sales call. Some people do a 2-step call. So they do one 15-minute short call, and then they book the call to the closer, and that person has a full-on 60-minute sales call with them. Objection handling and all that. And I am more of like, hey, message me and we'll see if it's a good fit type thing. So high-ticket funnel, content, VSL page, typically you pre-sell through a video. So the people who want to get on a call, they'll already seen your unique system, your method, your mechanism, if you will, like why you're different, your results, like social proof, all that. Then they apply. So who are you? What's your name? Your email? What do you need help with right now? Kind of what stage are you in? All of those things you can ask on an application. Then have a case study after. So you say, congrats for booking your call, mark in your calendar. And before a call, make sure you watch this case study. So again, more pre-selling, and then you have the meeting, and that will, be the conversion event where you can sell them and get paid. So this is perfect for booking qualified sales calls. But then we have the no-call DM funnel. Now you can still use HighLevel, for all the other funnels. You can even use it for the pipeline. So the CRM, you move them from leads to like interested, to like invoice sent out and then closed, for example. But the way that it works is there's no call, there's no meeting. So the goal of a no-call DM funnel is to repel the wrong people and let your dream customers magnetically come to you and ask to pay you. So yes, this is as good as it sounds. They come to you through content and traffic, and maybe you do ads, and your community, your product, your ecosystem that you create. And in fact, if you look at the events of HighLevel, they don't do sales calls for you to go to the events. And these are just automatic sales pages. But they could also, if it's high ticket, they could do, like, they could have an inbox where you can message, you talk to someone, hey, this is a mastermind, so it's kind of exclusive, qualify them, and you would pay because you trust HighLevel as a company. And it's the same thing with you. So content offer doc. So this is a Google Doc with just outlining the sort of the sales message, like why we're doing this, why people want it, why you should consider it, what other people are saying about us, how much it is. And what I do, actually, I leave the pricing after the inbox. So, I've done this with email inbox, I've done it with Facebook Messenger and Instagram DMs. And recently I've just done WhatsApp. So people message me on WhatsApp saying they're interested after they've read the offer doc, so they know what the outcome is, and then what my solution is to helping them build their business. Then they message me, they're interested, and when they message me, I send them the pricing document, which breaks down the packages, and then when they're ready, I send them the payment link. So everything is still pretty automated. It's just me messaging them a few times, because this is usually higher ticket. So I want to also have access to them. I can ask them questions. I can filter out bad apples here as well. And this is perfect for introverts. So with that, we're going to go into customer journeys, buyer decisions, funnel psychology, if you will, and then funnel frameworks, so that you can take different funnel types, tie them all together, and then after that, we're going to open HighLevel and build this whole thing out. All right, customer journeys and buyer decisions. This is some of customer journeys and buyer decisions. This is the favorite topic for me because I love human psychology, human behavior, and I'm always curious why people make decisions the way that they do them, whether that's on a worldview type scale, but also in marketing, in sales, in relationships. It's everywhere. You may have heard the term, you're always selling, right? So people who want to sell you on sales and learning sales, they will say you're always selling because in a relationship or when you're getting a job, a job interview, you're always selling yourself. With your friends, it's almost like you're trying to fit in. You're always selling yourself, showing your best side, and it's all psychology. That being said, there's a buyer psychology customer journey sort of that they go through when they go from being a stranger to being a lead, to being a customer, and being a lifelong ambassador, a promoter of your brand. So we're going to go through some of that today. You may have heard me talk about this before a little bit, but I think it's important. So you may have heard of the awareness levels. I don't know exactly who came up with this terminology around the awareness levels, but it's basically like if you look at a funnel, you have a big hole at the top, and that's where all the people are here, and they're not aware of you, the product, maybe not even aware of the problem that they're having. They just think that's what life is, and this is the same in business, in health, relationships, all industries. And so they're not aware. They're like, hey, this is life. I'm not even looking for a solution, right? So if you look at business and HighLevel, it could be like, I'm not even looking for a solution like HighLevel because I don't even know that I have a problem yet, right? But then we have people who are problem aware. So these are people who are like, for HighLevel, it's business owners who are struggling with profit margins, sales, lead nurturing, productivity, branding, conversions, traffic, organizational, like tech-wise, having a tech stack of product and trying to glue them together. They have a lot of problems, and so that's why it's like, which one do we solve for? And then solution aware is people who are they're aware of HighLevel and they know that it exists. Maybe there's a lot of hassle around moving over and all all the hassle that comes with the tech, the email sequences, the automations, and everything like that. So they're aware of it, but they haven't made a decision yet. And then we have product aware. So this would be offer aware, is another way to put it. So solution, there is an all-in-one. Offer aware is the 30-day free trial, or the snapshot, or the funnel template, or the funnel building software. The funnel building service. And it's like it's where they make that decision to purchase. And I'll talk about how you get to that stage with people as well. So remember I talked about ecosystems previously. So I want to go a little bit deeper because a lot of people talk about funnels, but nobody's talking about flywheels. So how do you make this thing run like a machine? So a funnel is the awareness levels of getting people to download something or buy from you, right? Like that's the funnel. So you have audience, this is a group of people. Then you have prospects, people who are interested. You have leads, share their details, you can now contact them. And then you have customers, they buy something. But most people leave it at that. And there's like, okay, great, I have a customer, awesome. But they don't think about the fact that one of the fastest way to double a business is to sell something to the customers twice, instead of finding double the amount of customers again. So you just make it worth more, that one customer. And so a flywheel is where you take a customer, you turn them into a client. Maybe, you have something low ticket on the front end, you get them into like a higher ticket on the back end. Repeat buyers, so they use the software over and over again. Raving fans, they love the product, they become a part of the community, or they become an ambassador. Like I'm a raving fan of HighLevel, right? So I'm creating this, I'm talking about HighLevel because I'm excited about it, and I see it now, like I see the vision. And so this turns into a flywheel. And then I'm also a promoter because I love it. And so I'm a repeat buyer, raving fan, I'm a promoter. But at one stage, I was just an audience member. I was a prospect, I was a lead. Then I became a customer. And then client, repeat buyer, raving fan, and promoter. So now I help more people find out about HighLevel because I like it. And then they become prospects and they become leads. And so that is a flywheel. So number one, get customers. And number two, keep customers and turn them into promoters that finds more customers that then also stays as a customer, becomes a promoter. Okay, so how do we get them here, right? I talked about psychology. Number one is people have a desire. So this, we could use HighLevel, we could use a fitness offer, but people have a desire to lose weight, for example. And then there's a pain. So, these are interconnected. So the pain can also lead to a desire of not having that pain. So maybe low energy, maybe not liking how I look. So there's pain around, maybe low confidence or whatever it is, right? And then there's a desire to want to fix that, okay? So everyone wants to have a lot of energy, look good, feel good, all that. But then when you read a sales message or content, or you're a part of a community, and you have this desire to fix something so you don't have this pain, notice how you go down and it's like negative, and backwards. And it's like pain points because of this problem. Can't seem to get out of it alone. And I've tried and it doesn't work. But then there's an offer. So I go to product aware or solution aware. I'm like, great. By the way, quick side note, your sales message, the job of your sales copy and your message is to help them go from pain to take an action to buy from you so you can help them. And so now we have hope. We see other people are doing it. This person used to be like me and now they have this result that I'm looking to get. And so there's hope again. Oh, I didn't know that this solution existed. And then that builds belief. So once they believe, there's three types of belief. There's product belief, there's people-based belief, and then priority-based belief. So product-based beliefs are like, oh, HighLevel is amazing. Questions that might have is like, is this for me? That's a product-based belief. Does it work in my industry, right? But then people-based would be, am I good enough to use this? So the sales copy has to show them why HighLevel is the best, and then the fact that regular people are using it means that you can do it as well. There's tutorials, there's support, there's a free trial. Like all these things help you see how this can actually work for you as well. At least like give it a try. And then there's a risk, and so they go down. There's like, yes, there's risk. But that's why we have risk reversal. So hopefully you're starting to see the sales page come together now of like the 3 beliefs of product, people, priority. So how do we make it a priority? Well, either a special offer, maybe a discount, an extended free trial. I've added free bonuses. So my funnel templates, my snapshot, my email automations, my bonuses. We even have a WhatsApp group chat for people who use my link so that we can remove and reduce the risk and increase belief that this will work for you as well. And then action, we get them to take action, that initial step towards that full transformation, and now they're in the funnel. So let's talk about front-end funnels to back-end funnels and flywheels and how to make that a reality as well. So there's 7 different steps. Again, you might have seen this. I'll go through it quickly, just for those who haven't seen it yet. Number 1 is to find new customers. Remember, find customers, keep customers. So finding new customers. So this is where you put out a hook and you say like, hey, if you're overwhelmed by AI, and you know that you need to use it, but you're not sure how, then this is the perfect community for you. Or, for funnel builders, like, hey, if you're tired of not having clients and chasing them, but you're having problems standing out and closing deals, then use this simple client closing script that I've used. And that's a hook, right? So you find new customers. Then you convert them in a funnel. So again, you go take them through this like buyer journey and purchase decision journey, which is what I call it, of breaking beliefs and building new ones and showing you like why it's a priority, why you can do it, and why this is the best vehicle for you to get to the place where you want to be. Convert in a funnel and then upsell the next step. So now you're in here, you have this thing, the client closing script. What if you could also be certified, right? Like sell them the next thing. And then cross-sell supporting products. So my white label software or HighLevel. So hey, use HighLevel so you can have sub-accounts, you can get their support, the community, the events and everything that they have already created. And now you're a part of this online community and family. So I get paid commissions when I recommend HighLevel. And then ascend to backend, one-on-one consulting, all that. And then retain monthly through either commissions or payment plans. So we've added payment like a monthly subscription to my certification, and then ignite to promoters. We have an affiliate program as well. So that's how you create a flywheel out of a funnel. So that's it for this video, and I have good news for you because now it's time to dive into HighLevel and show you the funnel build, my process, the page builder, the editor, how to use some of the tricks that I've learned from using it, and hopefully that can save you a lot of time. Make sure your funnels look better, you enjoy the process, and eventually, the end goal is for you to cash flow with the funnels and make them digital assets that produce income for you month over month. So with that, let's dive into HighLevel, to the funnel builder, and build out a funnel start to finish. All right, so I'm now inside of HighLevel, and this is my white label version of it, but I'm using HighLevel. I'm on the $497 plan, and that way I can customize it. I can automate sub-account creation, meaning when people sign up to my white label, they automatically get a sub-account and they get emails sent out. Everything is automated, and I can keep 100% of the profit. So when you log in, you'll see SaaS configurator, prospecting, sub-accounts, snapshots, which is a snapshot is like a workspace. So you can take my funnel templates, for example, download them, and then add that into a snapshot. And then when people sign up, they get those emails, the funnel templates automatically added to their account. That's what a snapshot is, like a workspace. And so you can create automations, funnel templates, and everything that is being sent out to people when they sign up to your software. If you want to, that is. They have education here, university. You can watch more videos how HighLevel works as well. And then when you go into your sub account, so you always want to have your own sub account because that is the agency. Let's go to sites. That is the agency dashboard. So this is my sub account, And then here you'll see conversations, calendar, contacts, opportunities, payments, all the different features. And today I thought I would show you a demo of the funnel builder specifically, because that's like the #1 feature that most people use and that I use myself as well. So let's go into, well, maybe we create a new one. So new funnel from templates or blank. We'll do templates. I always like to use a template because why not? Why not save some time? So actually like this, and then you can preview them obviously, but I'm just going to continue and add that template. And so I can even share with you some of the stats from my own funnels as well. But first, let's go over the funnel builder. Actually, let's go back to my funnels first, because I want to show you how cool this is, where you can have, you know, if you click funnels, this is recent. And so I have a funnel, a low ticket one. And if I click stats, you'll see, you know, we launched this. It's been maybe 10 days ish. So, you know, I can change the dates here and see just those 10 dates, but I like to keep it to the 30 days. As we scale things up, I can always look for the monthly revenue ish per, you know, the funnel. So this one isn't optimized yet. You can see we have 2 different sales pages. And so we have this one we've sent more traffic to than this one, which is the split test that we're doing now. And then I even have 2 order forms. So I can send these people to this one and then these people to this order form. That's, you know, that way I can track everything. And then we have an OTO. You can see in the OTO, I'm testing now. You can see one of them is converting at 11%. One of them is converting at 22%, right? The numbers are still kind of low because we haven't scaled this up yet, but you can still see how impactful it is having this information where I can see this page is converting like it's double, right? So I can, you know, if the numbers stay like these, then I'll just turn off this one and use this as the upsell page. And we will then see, you know, if the numbers stay the same, that will double the revenue just on this page. So then we do the same for sales page, order form, all the upsells, and you just optimize and test different things and test one thing at a time. So if you look at the difference between these, one of them says install my 7-figure AF funnel system. And then this one, turn your broken website into a magnetic salesperson. So this one is way more curiosity based. And so far that's working better, it seems like, to have curiosity based copy. So one of the things we've done is we've added heat maps as well, where we can see heat maps, scroll maps, and click maps, and we can see how far people are scrolling down. And the reason why that's important, for example, if I open up this page, is if we see that 100% of people land on the page, see this, but then 70% only see this, and then 40% of people see this, and then let's say only 30% of people see this, and then only 20% of people see the FAQ. Then we're like, okay, this is helpful information to you know, to see that some people are reading these and then buying from here. But maybe there's a testimonial or a money back guarantee that nobody's even seeing. We can just move that up to here, and we'll know that, like for example, backed by 100% money back guarantee, testimonials. Like we know that 90% of people will see this, and so if it's important, we'll just move that up. And that's why having that data is important. Another thing is if we can see from our heat maps and click maps that people are clicking, who's this for? And that means that's something that they actually care about. They have this question like, who's it for? So we can add a section about like who this is perfect for. What's included, you know, so what exactly is the 7-figure AI funnel system? A lot of people are clicking this, which means that they're curious like what's inside. So offer stack, you know. So that is a little bit about the statistics and how we're using the funnel builder as a whole with different testing and everything. And then let's go back to an actual funnel and customize it so you can see how the page builder works. So First things first is kind of like the page builder layout, if you will. So the settings. You can either click here, plus, or you can just go here when you want to add elements. And let me move this Loom video recording down here. You'll see the first thing you have is sections. So think of funnel building as Lego blocks. First thing is you have full width section. The section can contain different rows, and the rows are as follows. Let me show you this. Full width. This is a section. I can make this section full width, wide, small. I can choose to make it entire width, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So when I have two columns, I have a section, I have rows, and then I have columns in here. Columns, if I add one more, you can see there's 3 columns. So now I can add, maybe it's a 3-step process, and I add 1, 2, 3, step 1, 2, 3. Or maybe it's a pricing table. I want to have price 1, basic plan, business plan, agency plan. And then in here, I can add headline, text, all that. But now, if I click this, you can see that it's not fully, 100% wide, which is kind of what I like. If I click this, hide settings, I can see what it looks like on this specific laptop. If you want to change colors, so I know I'm kind of going quickly, but I'm trying to show you everything that it can do. In here, I can add, in here, I can also add column, move this up, add element, and I can add the headline. Typography, this is a big one. So you can see all the different fonts that you can use. In fact, they just launched custom fonts as well, so I can upload my own fonts. We used to do this with CSS. So let me type in plus Jakarta, for example. You can see this font right here. And then content would be when I add a paragraph. So I want that one to also be plus Jakarta. And text color, I'm not going to change here. I'm going to change it here instead, because you can see I have a different color on a dark background, than having it on a light background. So this one, I'm going to first set to exactly what I want it to be. So like 80 pixels maybe. And then instead of medium, I want this one to be normal. And then line height, I want it to be 1.5. And then spacing, I want it to be maybe 20 pixels. Want this to be bigger. The reason why I set it up first, so general, I'll move this, I'll change it to 56, is maybe I'll set this to like 75% wide or 85, is once I've done it here, I can now just copy the row. So this is why rows matter, because maybe I want to have another one, and so I make this background a different color, maybe this one, and I just move this down, and I add some padding in here as well. Right, so now I don't have to go and change and like add new headline, subheadline, paragraph, and everything, because I've done it once. Same thing with the button. So let me add a button. So maybe this will say, get instant access or enroll now, right? So enroll in Academy now. Styles, I will move this down a little bit, and then I'm gonna choose a different color. You can also create these brand colors. So now that I have the brand colors, I can just easily edit things here to match my brand colors. And now I can set this to what I want it to do. Link to, I'll say next step. So that means if we create an order form after the sales page, it'll just take me to the order form. So once I've set the settings, I'll just drag this down, and now I have it in multiple places. Okay. If I want to add images, create image. They also have sliders now. I can optimize image load speed. I just want to make sure that it's not super blurry. We can optimize here that, the image quality, stays pretty much the same, goes down a little bit, but then the page is faster, and that helps to increase conversions. So here I can go to Pixabay, type in businessman, and I can use a picture here just to show you as an example. The cool thing about the columns is, let's say I want this to be like our services. By the way, I'm not focusing on design now, just showing you how the page builder works. I have a lot of videos on design specifically, and so I'll make sure to add those after these like demo walkthroughs, so that you can like understand visual hierarchy, how to design, all of that. So let me just adjust this a little bit as well. So let's say step or like service 1 would be funnel building. And then this, I just want to keep it short. So I explain the service. Oops. Drag that up there. Now, instead of doing the same thing for all of them, I can just clone this, delete this, clone this one, and delete this one. And now I have 3 of them. I can change the text. I can change the color, the images. And that's how you build out funnels inside of here. So let me first add more spacing here. Maybe I want to add or make this a darker background color. This could be even darker. Make it that one. And then this we can make white, not background, sorry. Color is white, and whoops, sorry. Gray. And then I can create a custom background color and upload that one here as well. What else? So cool thing about this as well, you can highlight, like let's say for example, become a full-time funnel builder. I can just highlight these 2 and I can choose like play, fair, and I can make those a different font, which is pretty cool. And I can come here, I can change it to medium, semi-bold. So I can have multi-font headlines. I can even have different colors for this as well, which is also nice. Semi-orange. So one thing I highly recommend that you do is when you start using the page builder, just go through and play around, like what happens if I change the line height to 1 instead? Okay, that's better. What about this? I want it to be maybe further down, add more spacing for this to breathe. 40%. All right. And then here, for example, let me show you another thing. So inside of these columns, maybe I want to add a little bit of like a box so that people can see like this is like a three column our services. So if I change the background on this, like the row, you'll see that it doesn't separate them, right? So I'm going to make that transparent, but then inside of here, I'm going to make the background color semi-dark, change the text, not the background, the text to white, and then this to gray. And then you can see there's no spacing. So yes, you could click here, boom, add spacing, but that's kind of amateurish. And so what you want to do is just clean it up a little bit. So I click the column, I go to styles, and I add in padding like 20 pixels. So that's better. Let me add 20 at the top as well. And then maybe 40 at the bottom. So you see we have a little bit more spacing there. And then I can also add borders and everything. One thing I like to do is just add margin on the side, so there's spacing between the two as well. So now you can see this moved. So when I clone this and I delete these, clone this, delete this, you can see that we have both more white space, but also space between these two columns. So already starting to take shape here, this page. I will show you more design tutorials, how to change the background, image, all of that in a video, and attach it after this video so you can get the full masterclass on how to use HighLevel to its full benefit. But any questions you have around automations, forms, all of that, you can ask us and watch the other videos to see how all of that works. But these are the most important ones. And then, before you launch, make sure you watch, you check out the mobile version as well so that it's optimized. For example, you can see here, the beautiful thing about HighLevel is now you're only changing the mobile font. So if I go now and change it to 46, you can see that on desktop it stays the same, right? If I change this, maybe I want it to be 16. This is good. Maybe I want to move this logo. I want to move it to center. It's navigation menu. So let me change that as well. But for example, if you have a text that is left like this, maybe on mobile you want it to be centered. So you can just change it on mobile, because you can see align mobile. So that helps as well. Maybe the spacing here. So you go to styles and you see it's 100 pixels. Maybe we move it up so it's 20 instead. And then this would be 60. So on mobile, that's better. You can change the padding, meaning the spacing on sides on mobile here, on row or column. So I'm going to go to the column here and I'm going to add maybe 10. Yeah, 10 is enough. Let's look at 20. Yeah, that's good too. Here, same thing. So I don't like that it's right at the borders. I want it to be space so it's easy to consume, it's easy to read. Here you can see this is flowing together. So I'll just add some margin there. And then same thing on this one. I could also just do it once and duplicate them. And then I want to have some spacing here as well. And 2020. So there we go. And then when you upload a background image, let me show you one as an example. You can change the settings of, so here we have one, for example. You can see image options. So see how different it is if I got full center versus full center here, or 100% width. The difference is the positioning of the picture. And then, by the way, it could look cool if I just move this down and I remove this. So we keep them in the same place. Yeah, I like that better. But then if I do 100% width, if you look at the mobile version, you can see that it ends here. So I want the section background to be full center, period. So now it looks good here, and it looks good here on this one as well. So these are the things that you have to play around with the page builder to learn, to figure out. So let's look at some of the other stuff that might be helpful to know. Layers, these are just like the rows, the sections, the rows, the columns, and the elements. So these are called elements, all of these things. A text, image, buttons. So if you want to find something and you want to, you want to move this down, but you're having a problem finding the actual row, and you just, like here, for example, let's say you just find the column and not the row. You can just go here, page, section, column, and now you find it, right? So now you can change everything from here. Next one is pages. So I can save this, or I can have auto save on. So now it's auto save on, and it saved it for me. But I can also save. Publish is when you add your own domain, like your www.gustensound.com. So for now, I can either preview it, click in here, or here I can go to the next page and update it. And I can redesign this one to look the same. Now, a cool part about HighLevel for all the other pages is I can save this. Maybe I want to have the same, top header and footer. So I can save this. I can click save, and then I give it a name like header, Gusten Sun. I can either make it a section template that I can just use wherever. I can make it a global section, which means it saves at funnel level. So any changes in one instant will sync across this funnel only, so all these pages, which is what I want for this one. But then universal sections saves at account level. So any changes I make to this will affect all the sections in all the funnels throughout the entire sub account, which is amazing. Because let's say I have a footer with terms and conditions, and I have 5-6 funnels with different footers. They all have a footer, right? So if I just make universal sections and I update in one place, like from 2025 to 2026, it changes everywhere, and I don't have to go in and do it for all of them. Now, in terms of design, so on and so forth, I personally use funnel level, meaning, Funnels University, which is one of my offers, has its own branding. Now, my homepage has its own branding. Even though it's similar, it's still a little bit different. So I want to have funnel level. So I'll save it as a global section and then save. So now I can go, let me first hit save. I can go to the next page. I can also go here. You can see if I click here, it opens up appointment, and then it loads. I don't even have to go outside of the funnel builder. And then here I can add, if I go to section, you can see saved sections. We got pre-built sections, which I have been, a part of creating as well. And then saved sections, you see global, universal sections, and then I can just drag this in here. Boom, there we go. So if I make any changes now, it'll affect the other page as well. So section changes made, cancel, right? So I go back. Yes, I don't want to change anything, right? So hopefully that makes sense. When it comes to forms, like having an opt-in form, they're making some changes to it, which is exciting, because now if I create a form, it'll take me to the form builder, and it's awesome. I can customize it. I can make this button, I can make it pop up. They're adding multiple pop-ups, so I can add different pop-ups for different purposes. And I can have this download this form. So I can make this, don't show again. And I can make this pop up, which is the pop-up setting here. And then I can just create an element, have a headline. So download free ebook. And then I can add the form here, right? And then I can soon add order forms here as well, which is cool. Now I would add order, two-step order form, and then people can buy stuff. And if I add a regular form, I can just go to the form builder to build it, add it to automations, all of that on the back end. And that's kind of the short version of it, how this works. Tracking code is if I want to add maybe the Facebook pixel. I have typography if I want to change the font, maybe to pop-ins. And then background is the background color behind all of this. So if I want to delete, like for example here, if I have no background color, then it'll be dictated by this one instead, right? So it's kind of like that universal background color for the full page. Pop-up settings, already showed you that one. SEO is where you change the title. So Gusten Sun, funnel builder, and that helps to rank on Google. And then preview, custom codes. I don't use that at all, by the way. So don't feel like, oh, there's so much here, right? Cookie consent, if you want to enable that as well. So that's kind of the gist of it, how it works. You can see here it's messed up the mobile. So you want to have it bigger maybe 36 on mobile. But that's how the funnel builder works. The editor, you see different elements here. Bullet points, those are kind of like check marks. Button form, blog posts, you can attach those to pages. We have image slider, so maybe you want to have an image slider of yourself in office, speaking on stage, your clients. Logo showcase with a new animation. This one is pretty cool. So this is what I mean when I say that the team is always adding more stuff and working on like making it better. Just looks awesome. Photo gallery, FAQ. So, you know, at the bottom you have FAQ. You can choose between, let me show you, between having separated, which is what I do, contained, or simple. So separated, you can then choose font and color. So just title, background, for example, you can change all of that in here. Content, the text, all of that. So I love this page builder. It's just getting better all the time. And now they've added custom fonts. I can upload them here. Next, they're adding gradient colors. Nested columns as well. So in here, let's say I want to have a 2-column, and let's say I have a photo here, and I want to have a headline here. Let's make that a little bit smaller. And then maybe I want to add text as well. But then maybe I want to have 2 buttons. So maybe I want to have learn more or book demo call. Let me just change this to 20. So I'll be able to then just add sections or columns, sorry, and just drag those 2 in here. So this is coming the next couple of days. By the time you're watching this, it's probably already here, just like with the custom fonts. So exciting times. I could go on for hours and hours, but I think it's better for me to just show you as I'm building things out. In the next video, watch me actually build out something from scratch, and that will help you understand more of my psychology, my thinking process, and my design process as well. So I'll see you in the next video. All right, and now to the most fun part. So now you understand the psychology, you understand the funnel builder, and now we get to finally start working on the funnel design, the copy. We're going to use AI, and this is always evolving. So AI is helping us with more and more of this now. But I'm a creative person, and I like to take a vision and an idea and just make it come to life. And so I like that aspect a lot. So let's go over my design system, my funnel design system. So you can see here, the first thing we do is the brand mood board. So I've given you a couple of different examples here, just so you can see visually. And I'll show you where I go to find inspiration as well. But I'm like, okay, what would it look like if we go with a dark, black and white, a few contrast colors? What would that look like? And then I'm like, okay, what if we go with a lighter, more blue, gradient-ish? And you can see this is kind of what I've gone with in Funnels University. And so I'm redesigning it now. You can see those are the colors that I kind of go with there. And then I'm like, okay, let's look at a different design and different branding and see the font, the colors, what would that look like? Not really for like a Funnels University brand, but I could use this for my personal brand. And then what about this? Depending on the client, obviously this will vary, right? So I do a few examples. When I work with clients, I also like to give them direction and examples so they can be a part of the process and decide, let's go with this branding. Okay, so that's the mood board. I go to Dribbble, so Dribbble with 3 B's, and I type in something like personal brand website or dark navy blue website. And I go to web design. I'm just looking for the visual identity, right? So the visual branding, and I'm like, let's say I like this, for example. I'll click, I'll open it. I will either just right click and copy image, or just screenshot it, go into here and just drag and release it in Figma, right? And so that's the mood board. You can see on my personal brand as well. I've gone through the same process. I'm like, what are some other brands, other people doing? What looks cool? Then I go to Instagram and I look. This is like a deep dive, by the way, so you don't have to do this. But I go and look at different posts. I'm like, what about the lifestyle content, the studio? What do I want that one to look like? What about the fonts? So, for example, I like the simplicity of this, but the art of this. Okay. I like the professionality of this, but I like the branding maybe more like this. So it's just for me to have something to go off of. And then what about the fonts? I tried a few different versions of the font for the logo. And then, color palette, headline, subheadline. Let's see what that looks like. Some of the background images, and then light, dark, different fonts. What about my own posts? What would that look like? And then I actually changed it to more of like a bluish. And then you can see this come to life. Test a lot of different fonts. Let's see what they look like with the background image. Do I want to do this one or 2 columns? Do I want to do this one instead, me speaking on stage? And so that's the process. I'm just showing you like what that looks like. Same thing here. Brand board goes to logo type and logo mark. So what about the symbol and the text? What would that look like? A few different examples. Then I look at headline, subheadline, paragraph, and just try out multiple examples. By the way, you may feel overwhelmed when you're seeing this, but in fact, it's this simple. I grab all of these, I copy them, and I go down here to selection colors, and I just change like green. I can just change it to red, and it's that simple. So it's not like, it looks like it takes a long time, but there we go. I've already tested a new color. Okay. And then I go to resources. I've added this for the design system. You can see like Figma community. If you Google Figma community, they have a lot of resources. You can find icons there as well. Fonts.google.com/icons. UI8. So this is one. I'm not affiliated with them, but I use them a lot for resources like graphics, icons, even fonts sometimes. And then we have thefont.com, which is where I test fonts. So I can look at, for example, Haviras. I can type in funnels and submit, and I can see what that looks like with that font. So you can test that as well. Envato Elements is another one. You can go to fonts, for example. Again, not affiliated with them. I just like to go here for inspo and look at different fonts for brands. The font is free trial. So if it's like a premium font, you gotta pay for it to use it on your funnels. But I don't know if they always check, but just in case. And then PNG3 can download graphics, background images, patterns, all types of graphic resources. And then I use ChatGPT for a lot of the copy. So I have a 10-minute copy-paste copywriter that I've created. But you can, in fact, I'll give you this same outline. Remember how I talked about buyer psychology? There's one also for sales pages called the conversions framework. And it follows my 10P funnel sales copy structure. So I have a book that I wrote on this, like one of my low ticket offers. I don't want to sell you anything in this video, so I'm just going to copy like this chapter of the future of AI sales funnels. And I paste, this clear outcome. So the conversions framework. And then I just put that into like a Google Doc. And then that way you can, if you don't have my copywriter, you can just use this yourself. So below this, you'll see a link to this. And just copy it over to ChatGPT. 10Ps stands for promise, problem, pain point, proof of results, process to solution, positioning of offer, price anchor, proof of recommendations, pushback reflex, like risk reversal, and then priority, why now? And then you have an FAQ at the bottom. So pretty simple stuff. I also have a vault. So one thing I highly recommend that you do is you start collecting screenshots of different pages. And so this one, for example, I have automated sales funnels. I have low ticket, high ticket, challenge funnels, and I just collect a lot of these that I could look at the structure, the design, and copy everything. And I built a, where's my funnel in a box? Because I also have it here, like a template, if you will. You just follow the template, you customize things, and you have a funnel. But yeah, you can use ChatGPT to build these out for you, write the copy for you. And just to give you some examples of copy. So, instead of saying funnel design training or become the best version of yourself, something generic, like it's better to have something specific. So the number one certification program for funnel builders, become a high-ticket funnel builder in just 30 days, even if you've never built a funnel in your life before. So you can copy paste stuff like this into ChatGPT and say, use this as inspiration. If you find a funnel online that you like, screenshot it or copy the text over to ChatGPT or any AI tool and ask it to model after that. Buttons, get instant free access, download your free guide, schedule a free session, watch free training, attend free workshop, secure your ticket now, book your free appointment. So these are just some of the examples of templates that I've built out, which you can find a lot of templates. I believe it was here. Yes. So that is the process. Let me show you the design system still. Got the colors, the logo. You can upload your images that you have. And then if you want to do a brand kit, you can. It's a little bit, it's a little bit much. You don't have to. And so start your design. And then when you have a draft, it's easier to start customizing it, And then you finalize the project. You attach your domain, your automations, and then you're up and running. So I know it sounds simple. It's a little bit of a process. If you want to have a world-class offer, copy, use AI as much as possible to ask questions about improving your offer. I have another vault where I have 67 different winning offers. And so I pair that with the AI copywriter here. And it's just like, give me 10 examples of offer stacks for winning digital products so I can model it. And then it's just going to do that. Main offer, 6-week self-paced course, workbook, swipe files, private, community, live Q&A, accountability, click by click, ChatGPT prompts. You get a lot of examples just by doing this. So you don't have to buy anything in order to be successful. You can just use all these free resources if you want to. And wish you the best of luck. I'll see you in the next video. All right, hopefully that was helpful. And now what I want to do is I want to give you some of the video trainings from my program, just so you can get more value in this free version as well. And hopefully that can help you understand funnel psychology, more the behind the scenes of what it takes or what I go through when I build funnels for myself, for my clients, because I don't want to leave any stone unturned. I want you to have everything that you need in this masterclass. And so with that said, let's dive into some additional trainings, and then I'll see you back here in a second. Right, so now to the fun part. We're going to design this again. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to show you how I designed this page. You can see kind of what it looks like. Pretty modern, pretty decent. It's built in HighLevel. And I want you to just copy me inside of Figma. Number one, for you to just learn design. Also for you to just learn how Figma works. So first thing I'll do is I'll just go full page, screen capture this thing right into a picture that we can just save and drag into Figma. And so I've just created a new project, drag it in there. You can see what it looks like. And then we're going to, I think, let's just make this like brighter. This I'll make 1920 times. Well, not times, because we don't want to crop it. And then I'll click F, and I want to create my own frame. I'm not going to create the full like colors for everything, because whenever I need something, for example, if I need a button, this, I can just color pick the right color that I want. So for now, we're just gonna keep it simple, and I'm gonna design this with you. So first thing I'll do, just drag that out just like that. Design. I'll call this V1 because we can change afterwards. Background, click fill, color picker. There we go. Same one. Text. Start a new business you actually enjoy using AI. Let's see, 192 pixels. No, too big, obviously. 92. Center, center. And move it up a little bit. And that is, I think it's man rope. And then semi-bold. That's pretty close to it, right? Yep. And then we're going to, I got to move the microphone a bit so I can sit more comfortably. And then you can see new business using AI has a different font. And it just has a font that's already available in HighLevel. So I'm going to use something that I prefer. Start new business. So that one I'm going to highlight. And I'm going to use Ivy because I like Ivy. Using AI, Ivy. There we go. And then we're going to copy it over. So that's why I don't set up the fonts and everything, because I can just copy it. And then this would be lorem ipsum dollar elite, so on and so forth. I just make it wider, make it 42, maybe regular, smaller, 32. I'll just copy this as well. All right, move that up. Move this up a little bit as well. 26. And then bottom. This says get instant access, just $37. Okay. Copy this, bring to front, get instant access, just $37. And then just center that. We go to the rectangle and center that as well. Make it a little bit bigger maybe. There we go. Instead of regular, maybe we do semi-bold for the call to action. Move that up. Line height, let's see, 100. Yeah, that's fine. And the color for the subheadline, I know it's something like that. Maybe a little bit brighter. We just go, boop, there we go. The logo says logo trademark. So we'll go logo. Then make that 32. Maybe 36. This one says support yourbrand.com. We left align that and then we move it up there. Same line like this. We can highlight both and just center. Boom. Align vertically. So centered vertically, not. And this, if I do left align, now you can see right aligned here, left aligned here. I can group that, Command G. And now when it's a group, I click center align like that as well. All right, let's make this smaller actually. 20. Perfect. We want, oh yeah, you see this? Private membership for AI frontrunners. So copy this, private Membership for AI front runners. Letter spacing on this probably more like 20, and the size is more like that. The font size will vary if you go to a page builder. So I'll move this up. I'll copy everything, move it down, not that. These can stay up there. Move this down a bit, and then this will be a rectangle. I'll click R, drag that out, send to back, center, move up a bit, corner radius 900, fill white, drag it down to maybe 5%. Stroke, yes, but also white and 20%. You see this blue gradient? I don't know. I kind of think that it looks great just like it is now, but we'll do it to recreate it. We're not going to be creative. Remember, our goal is to not drop shadow, layer blur. Remember, our goal is to just copy it to learn Figma. So shift, I keep shift down, so you send back, and then you can see that it stops somewhere right there. We center it, we move it up a little bit. We can test, if we click layer blur, you can test 1,000. That's probably better because it's softer. And then you can see here we have an icon as well. So if I wanted to, not that I need one, medium, this one maybe is a little bit bluer. I can go like that. I can go plugin, iconify, and award, something like that. I just drag it in, shift, make it a little bit bigger, move it in, move this a bit to the side so this fit right in there. And then we just pick one of these colors. Yeah, that's fine. All right. You can see we have here as well, we have multiple of these. And so this, I will copy it, drag it down, and remove the layer blur. And then in the color, I'll just go, boom, actually I'll move that to white as well, because I want to do 5. This one's smaller. Copy it, drag it out, mark both of them, middle, middle, maybe make this one even smaller, and just move that up. Let's see. Okay, I've blurred them out a bit, so I'll move it just like that. Effect, layer blur, but then this one is more like 10 or 30, so just a tiny bit. See that? You can still see them, but it's blurred out. I can also just group them, and I can, let's make it 30 more. Okay. All right. Pictures. So we want to create 2 different pictures. One is kind of like that. Another one is more like this. I group them so that I can center, boom, just like that. And then corner radius 20. And then I'll double click this. I have just one plugins, and then I'll go to pixels. And maybe we do conference. This one. And then I click the next one, and I click this. I know we don't have the same pictures, but I'm just saving you time. And here, I think one of them was, yeah, you can see the orange one was just a rectangle, but with a corner radius of like 40 or 20, depending on the size. And then I just keep command and boom, shift it like minus 45. What if I just do 45? Same thing, because it's a quadrant. Send to back, move it there. And then we do O for circle or oval. and then the same as the button. Move that up there, send to back. One thing we could do as well, check this out. We just drag a copy of it. So let me show you what I did. I just copied it, made it bigger, right? So I just keep it there, shift down. Otherwise, it looks like this. Shift down, and I will remove fill and just do strike and white, maybe a little bit of blue. So that's an effect that we can do. Maybe towards this side, we'll do the same thing here. Remove this, but the strike will make it, doesn't look as good on in this example, but all right. Next up, you can see we have a little bit of this, not that one. We have the really blurred one. So I'll delete that. This one, we have a bit of here in the middle as well. And then we can just copy this down and say AI tools, trainings, and tutorials on what's working today. So this one is more like 84, maybe 72. And then this, I just mark both of them, copy them down, and then align them, because now we don't have that icon. Group, and then there we go. We have these highlight credibility credentials stuff as well, like lessons and everything like that. So I need this font, because we say like world class teachers. I have 3 of these. The first was AI workshops, and then we have community members. Community members, move those down a bit, and then that means we're also gonna move all of this down. Okay, I think we've grouped together these. Yeah, ungroup. Let's see. Boom. And then we're going to just copy over this, and we have 100 plus. You can see when I'm keeping option down and I just move this, look, if I just drag this, it's gonna go to one side. But if I keep option down and do it, it's gonna go on both sides. And I can just go here, or I can mark both of them and do center, like align. So if this one is just like that, boom, boom. Copy this over, 17 plus, copy this over, 1500 plus, option down, boom. We can look at the spacing. I'm just gonna use my eyes to make sure that it kind of looks, yeah, there we go. And I can just group that, move it up a bit, and there we go. These are ready to be placed in the right space as well. And then we move down. We'll do a couple more just to show you how I design. I mean, by now you probably understand, like this section right here can easily just be moved anywhere, right? So anytime you want to have a specific section, you just go, I want to upload this background. It's going to be 1920 and then 1080. Same background, but it's going to have this. Just move that up. Boom. I want another one. Sorry. Frame, copy paste. And this, drag it down. because I want it to be at the bottom. So that's how you create the background images. For this, we're going to just grab the icons. So this, I could also just make it tiny bit smaller so it's not too strong. And I want these to be smaller because I want this to be headlines for the three. We'll do 42 maybe. What about 36? Let's see. Send that to back. Got 3 examples. And we're going to create icons here. So I'll do maybe, I'll click this, do 75. So it changes on both of them. And then I could actually just use this color. You see how there's like a tiny shift in the colors? Like there's a difference there. I can also just click stroke and paste it in there. And then I'll do corner radius for, not 40, 20, 10. And I also want some lorem ipsum copy. So I copy that down. A lot of copying. Copy that sales copy. I'll do 24. And the line height, I'll do 40. Perfect. A lot of this is very repetitive, so I'm not going to do the full page. It's not because I'm lazy, it's because I want to be aware of your time as well. So you probably understand a lot of this by now. One thing though is the icons. So I'll show you how I can customize these. Let's say I want to have a funnel. I can drag one in. Let's use maybe this one. Shift, move it up. Selection color, not fill, selection color. And then I'll do gradient. So I'll do bluish. Yeah, kind of like that. And this one as well. Maybe we go more. Yeah. So you add the icons. When you want to export them, you just click icon, this group, and that is now the image that you export and add to your funnel building software. What else? Here we got a picture. So I'm going to go like that. Not 90. 20, maybe 40. I'll do 20. And then I'm going to make this the same color as that one. And stroke. Copy that over as well. Actually, not same with that, because you can see that we also have see-through with this right here, which should be in the background. So I'll do fill, but I'll use something like that. And then I'll copy it, and you'll see why, because I want it to be right within there. And then corner radius, if you look at this, even though both are 20, you'll see a slight difference between them. And that's because these, if I change it to 15, it's going to be better. What about 10? Yeah, even better. I still kind of want a little bit longer, just like that. And then this one, I'll upload my picture to. Since we're doing the copy here, I'll just do an example and find a person to add in there. There we go. I'm going to align it. So one thing I'll look at here is sort of like this line of text and everything. So I'll fit it like within there. And then when I copy this over, I'm going to left align it, make it smaller. So like 56. I'll also have to change the line height then to like 60, 80. Yeah, it is good. Drag this in and then give it at least some spacing. But now, if we go these two and this, I can now make sure that it's, there you go, you can see it's in the middle. So that way the spacing on this side and this one is equal. Then I add in a little bit of this, copy. I can have the air revolution is here. Let me just copy that over. Perfect. Looks like we have an extra line there. And we're good to go. We can add bullet points here and then just drag the, oops. There we go. So yeah, that's how you do it. Same thing here, very simple. The mockups is one thing that I will explain to you because that is all of this follows the same thing. Create the box, copy the text over, create a rectangle, add the picture, right click to pixels or add your own picture in here. Here, change the radius, copy the text, add a picture of stars, copy this down, change the text, copy the button down, change the text, all of that. So all of that's simple. The mockups is a plugin that I use. So let me create a new video just on mockups because I think that's one of the most important, most requested ones that we have. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. Hopefully it's been valuable. If you don't have a 30-day free trial yet, if you're not using HighLevel, at least check it out. And then email me at support@gustenson.com so I can get you all the free bonuses as well. Additional templates, more snapshots, more like the HighLevel circle, for example, the WhatsApp group chat that we have, and all the other free resources. So with that said, enjoy, and we'll see you again soon.